Good morning, coaches. It's Sanai here. How are you doing? I just wanted to come in here because three things happened yesterday that has really inspired me to share this message with you, that whatever you're going through, if you're having a tough time in your business, if you're kind of overwhelmed, if you're feeling fear and that kind of, what am I doing? What the F am I doing in this business, in this coaching business? If you're going through any of that, then I'm inspired to share a message with you, just to say, please, 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 never, 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 ever give up. If you feel passionate about helping people and you feel like you have this burning desire within you, that's, when I think about how I feel and how I felt when I started my business, that burning desire that I'm on track, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, then my message to you is just never, never, never give up. So the three things that inspired me yesterday to kind of reflect on my journey and bring this message to you today was, yesterday I did a live stream, quick training on how to overcome visibility fear. So that was one thing. The second thing was that two coaches, independently of each other, two coaches reached out to me. Hey, Sherry. Oh, good. Two coaches reached out to me yesterday, asking for help, both at early stages of business, in analysis paralysis, in fear, just really stuck. And the third thing was, I did my 3-year account, my third year account, so last year's accounts. And looking at my numbers, things that probably I haven't tracked quite as much as I should have done. But so I'm in my 4th year, and these are going to the accountant today. So I was kind of printing off all those invoices and tracking the numbers. And I feel quite emotional, actually, because what those three things culminated in at the end of the day was this sense, a sense that I never gave up. And this is why I want to bring this message to you, because when I think about that first thing, doing the live stream training on overcoming visibility fears, I was the one who was so terrified of her own voice. Part of my story is that I never used my voice, that I never expressed my opinion, I never spoke in meetings at work, I never used my voice. It was like I was afraid of saying something stupid or saying the wrong thing or pissing people off in some way. So I was that one. So for me to then show up yesterday and do a bit of training on how to overcome your visibility fear felt quite significant. And then to have two people reaching out to me, and I work with coaches all the time now, but having two people reaching out, seeing me as somebody that can advise them and help them, knowing that I've been where they are and that I have overcome both the challenges that they brought to me in these messages. And the third thing was doing these accounts, and looking at kind of what numbers are coming in, that I've kind of feel like passing this 3-year point and being in my 4th year in business, there's a sense that I've come through the hardest times. Maybe not, who knows what's around the corner. But just to say to you that there are moments, aren't there? I mean, Sherry, you need this today, but there are moments where you feel like you are being brought to your knees, emotionally, mentally, even physically brought to your knees. The work we do is so confronting, we have to face our demons. We have to become really, and it's a beautiful process, don't get me wrong, and I love diving deep and I love peeling back the layers and I love raising my awareness every day to what made me think that, and what am I projecting that is kind of being reflected back to me in a way I don't like. And so it's so confronting in that way. But I think the biggest mistakes that I made when I look back over the last 3 years, the biggest mistakes that I made all were a result of looking externally and thinking that it was something going on outside of me that was creating the shit, basically. You know, so times where there was no business coming in and I wasn't making any money and I was using debt to survive. Times like that. Times where I started to kind of think that everyone externally had gone off me. I had periods thinking that, you know, everyone was hostile, nobody liked me anymore. Every time I show up, you know, I'm making a fool of myself. I had times where I felt like that. I've thrown money at things like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds every month in Facebook ads and things that, and got nothing from it, you know. So there's just been times where I've just like been not knowing what the hell I'm doing and feeling really freaking terrified. Times where I've kind of applied for jobs. In the earlier stages, I went and applied for various jobs, each time feeling like a complete failure. And then, you know, some of them I got offered. I went for the interview, got offered the job, and it was in that moment of decision that I said, what am I doing? And so I had a little uplift in my business because I kind of made a decision. And so the biggest mistakes that I made was always thinking that the stuff was going on externally that was causing me to struggle. It was the you know, the wrong clients or the wrong people out there. I'm in the wrong groups or whatever. None of that is true. None of it is true. To come out the other, kind of be spat out the other side of 3.5 years. And I'm telling you, they're amazing. I'm so grateful for this journey. But to kind of come out of the other side, being so much more than I was when I started, realizing that I knew I created my own reality. I kind of knew it, but I didn't really know it. Now I know it on a really deep level. I know that whatever is going on outside of me, it is a pure reflection of what I am projecting. It is law, it is truth, it is fact. And now I've kind of known, I know that now. So, you know, the message I want to share with you, whatever, ever you're going through, it is always about what's going on internally for you, always. So that's the first thing. It's nothing, there's nothing wrong with the world outside of you. It's what you're putting out there that is being reflected back. So yesterday, pure example, yesterday, one of the coaches that reached out to me was saying, how did I deal with my first handful of clients? Because she said, I don't think I could deal with them. So I thought that was a really interesting question. So I probed a bit more. And what came out was she's working with somebody at the moment who is, a really bad client, really naughty client. They cancel at the last minute, or suddenly they'll cut through the call they'll interrupt the call at the halfway stage and say, oh, sorry, baby's crying or something's going on, I need to cut short, can I finish this half hour tomorrow morning? And this coach was saying yes and kind of letting her, having no boundaries. So she said, you know, sometimes there's like several days where I'm working with this one client, just like making up this one call. So anyway, the conversation kind of progressed, and I said, you know, a bit of tough love. You've got to look at what you're doing. That is, not only have you got weak boundaries because you're allowing this client to get away with that kind of behavior, but I said, you know, what's it saying about you? It could be, to hazard one suggestion, it could be that you don't respect yourself enough, and so she's reflecting back to you a lack of respect. The answer I got in the private message was O, send, M, send, G, send. She said, that is it. And so for her, she realized it's not about this client, it's about the client is reflecting back to her what she has got going on internally. So this has kind of gone off. Oh, Jerry. Hey, Jerry. Sometimes it's our nearest and dearest can seem to be our biggest critics, but I guess they are only reflecting what they're saying to us. Jerry, it is so true. And I often see this with clients when they say their spouse doesn't support them, the spouse is kind of belittling the business, looking down their noses perhaps, or, you know, not taking them seriously. And I always say, you know, that is beautiful because it is a reflection of what needs work within you, that you need to believe in you first. You need to take yourself seriously. You need to respect yourself. And then those people will change and shift around you. The world will mold and meld itself around you because of what you are projecting. So, kind of got off on a bit of a tangent, but my point is, guys, that I just never give up. When you are going through the toughest times, when you are hiding under your duvet, when you are feeling like you are kind of sliding down the kitchen cabinets, or is that just me? You know, really feeling like you're being crushed by this desire and why is it so hard? Know this, that time will pass. It will pass. You can speed up that passing by realizing that it's, you know, it's whatever's going on for you is being reflected back to you. There is nothing externally that you have no control over, really. It's just how you view it, your perspective of it, what's being triggered from the past. It's all starts with you. So just to say, I'm sending you a ton of love wherever you are in terms of your business journey. Just know that you have got this. You are amazing. You are doing what 97% of the population really want to do but don't have the guts to do, you know, to create this life for yourself, to create this freedom for yourself. It is happening for you. It is happening. You just need to let it in and just, you know, keep breathing. It will pass. So sending you a load of love, guys, and I hope this made sense. It was a bit of an impassioned message. It started off with like clear and, you know, on point, and then I just so lots of love. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Thanks for watching. Thanks guys.